this channel that's sort of explaining what I want to do with it and kind of giving people an idea of who I am and what I'm all about. But yeah, not happened so far because my brain is ambitious. I have a billion ideas all the time. I know what I want to do. I have it all mapped out, but my body tends to disagree constantly for my entire life. And so I've been in and out of the hospital, basically, mostly in, for the last 2 weeks. And so I clearly can't film a travel-based video. Like, I was gonna take this 2-hour road trip and do a test run of my idea, and I just can't. I'm on my way to the doctor's right now. Again, I have makeup on, looking healthy, not feeling healthy. Also, I have blonde hair right now, and it's really weird. It's not weird to anyone else because nobody's seen me with my normal hair, but this is not my normal hair, and it feels weird. I'm rambling. My God. Okay, so I'm on my way to the doctor for the bazillionth time. I'm not happy about it. I have been sick off and on, mostly on, since I was 14, 15 years old. It's a long time. I'm not going to say exactly how long because I'm old, but a long time, more than 10 years. And it's really exhausting, and I've been wanting to do, I had a YouTube channel before where I was doing DIY stuff and vlogs and just sort of rambling, and kind of abandoned it because I was moving around a lot and was getting really sick and frustrated, so I was just like, meh, fuck. And yeah, so I abandoned that, and I've just been putting it off over and over and over again because I'm like, well, I'm too sick, I'm not going to be able to do anything, and it won't be entertaining, and I don't even know. I just doubting myself consistently and putting things off because I won't be able to do exactly what I want, and I'm a perfectionist, so I want things to turn out precisely how I want. I come from a background in film and art direction and editing too, so I'm like, oh God, well, if it doesn't look perfect, isn't edited perfectly, isn't flashy and da-da-da-da-da, and like effects and, you know, I'm saying so much, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to drive and stressing about the doctor, and blah. So basically, I'll just give a brief breakdown of what sick means. So when I was in high school and I was 15 years old, just turning 15, I was diagnosed with cancer for the first time, and luckily I was treated quickly and had surgery and minimal chemo and radiation, and was okay. I didn't get to finish high school because of that, but I did homeschooling and got my GED, and I was in my first year of college, and I was in art school, and got a semester and a half into that, and started getting really tired, not feeling well again. Knew something was going on, went back to my doctor, and it had come back. So that didn't go as well. I went in, I had surgery, still sick. at that point had done a lot of research on chemo and radiation, and I didn't think that it was best for me, or anyone for that matter. And so I refused the radiation, got 6 rounds of chemo. I was still young. I was like, oh, well, what they do is they tell you you're going to die if you don't do this. And when you're young, you get terrified. They terrify you. So the second time I was a little stronger, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to let you just poison me to death when I've read all these other things about treatment options that don't involve pumping your body full of poison that is going to make you sick for the rest of your life in other ways. So I went through the 6 rounds of chemo then, and then this video was so long. Okay. I went through the 6 rounds of chemo then, and then I did the rest of it through holistics and diet. And after a year, a little more than a year, I was clear again. So I had kind of proved to myself, like, hey, you're fucking tough. You can do this on your own. You are gonna be okay. I started at that point to travel on my own a lot. I would work for a little bit, save money, plan a long road trip around the US, around the UK I did, a little bit of Europe, and I would go on 2-3 week excursions by myself, just backpacking and meeting people and learning and eating and walking a lot and experiencing things, because with my history, I never know how long I'll have to actually see things, and being a person who's obsessed with learning and is extremely visual, and I love art and history, and I want to see the entire world. It's all I want in the world. It's all I want in the world is to see the world. But yeah, so I got obsessed with these solo road trips and backpacking trips as this form of like meditation almost, where you're by yourself and you're on the road and you have to think and really face yourself and learn a lot fast, and it applies to every aspect of your life. It's really amazing. And so did that for a few years, ended up moving to LA, and then it was kind of random. I started PAing for a while for film, and then I got certified in special effects makeup, and I was doing that side of film, and I liked it, but it's not really for me. It wasn't exactly what I wanted to be doing. I wanted more control over the entire visual of the film, so I started doing art direction, and I loved it to death. And then I started working 50, 60, 70 plus hours a week, and started to feel that familiar rundown feeling again, and it happened again. I had cancer for the 3rd time, and I had to fly back to my mom's house in Boston to see my doctors, who are the ones here who I trust and who know my case, because of all the radiation and chemo that which isn't even that much that I received when I was young. I have heart problems, I have autoimmune problems, so many problems that are almost worse than the cancer returning over and over again. So that time I got incredibly discouraged, and I was really depressed, like beyond depressed. I felt like I wanted to give up. I I was like, well, this, you know what? This has been almost half my life. It's never gonna go away completely. I never feel completely healthy. I have had to put a lot of things on hold because of it, and I was devastated. And so I really gave in to being sick that time, and I was pitying myself, and I was like, I'm not going to get treatment, I'm just going to see what happens. And then something kicked into my brain where I was like, oh, you know what, this is so fucking stupid. You can't pity yourself. People have it worse than you. You've been lucky enough to beat this twice. This is so stupid, you know, like, you've had a pretty good life regardless. Like, yeah, you've had a lot of shit happen to you, but you've overcome all of it. And that need to travel and want to see the world kicked in, and that's really what pushed me to just take control, mentally overcome everything that was wrong. I went back into the meditating and holistic approach that I had taken before, and this juice diet, and I went in for 3 surgeries, and again, after a year, was told that I was clear of cancer, and went back to LA, and to make a long story short, was there for 3 years working. Love my friends there, love that city, love everything that I was doing. Was just starting to get on a career path where I was actually starting to work and do what I want, and was taking road trips around as well, and photographing, and everything was amazing. And now I'm back in Massachusetts because I got incredibly run down again. I found out that I had fluid all around my heart, and I have 1 remaining ovary right now, and that seems to have a solid mass in it. I don't know yet what it is, but it doesn't look good, so they want to remove my entire reproductive system, and that's scary because it feels weird to have everything that kind of makes you female and able to reproduce. This is so stupid because I don't want kids. I don't care that much about that, but it feels like something's being taken away from you regardless of how you feel about kids and families and what your orientation is and all of that. So that's where I'm at now. I am back in Massachusetts, staying at my mom's. I just got out of the hospital again. I was on quarantine because I was really susceptible to infection, and I have to get these surgeries, so I had to get better and be well enough to have surgery. So that's where I'm at right now, and driving over to the doctor today, I was just like, you know what, I'm not going to be able to sit down and make a video that I want to make, but I can do this. I can vlog and explain myself and take this time that I'm driving to the doctor and make it positive, and I can tell you guys what's going on and show you that I care about this channel. I care about what I want to do with this channel. I care about educating people and helping people who are either chronically ill or depressed or really questioning what they're doing with their lives. I really want to tell people that it's okay, and that you need to find that one thing in your life that you can grab onto and that will get you through everything, then that'll make you really, really, really want to fight for yourself and for nothing else. And for me, that was travel and learning and seeing things. And also, the other part of that is educating and helping people. A lot of my travel has been working where I have volunteered building houses or doing farming. I've worked in a few orphanages, which is a slap in the face if you're feeling sorry for yourself when you're taking care of a 6-year-old who is hooked on drugs and is being prostituted on the streets with nothing. They have nothing. And you do one little thing. You teach them one little thing. You paint a picture with them, and it puts the hugest smile on their face. And they're so elated over these small gestures, and they don't want to die. Like, they want to live. They want to be happy. They make themselves happy. And I learned a lot from that, and I think it's important to share that with everyone, especially right now. I have so much time that I spend a lot of time on the internet, and because I'm stuck in bed, and I go through Tumblr, and I go through Twitter, and I go through all these YouTube videos of these children and young teens, and it literally breaks my heart, and also makes me angry at the world that these kids feel so horrible about themselves and want to die and think they know what that means. And I want to make this channel so that even if like 5 kids watch this and are like, oh, well, yeah, okay, I guess I can kind of work towards finding something better in my life and making things better for myself, and maybe finding a passion and really moving towards that. And maybe these things aren't that important. Maybe being the skinniest I can possibly be isn't the most important thing in the entire world. Or maybe these kids bullying me in high school. I was bullied in high school. I was bullied in middle school, high school, everything. It was horrible bullying. And literally all these years later, I am still not gonna say not over it, but I will have flashes where I'm like, oh my god, nobody's gonna care what I have to say, and it goes back to that. And I'm not gonna say that bullying, you need to get over it, because no, you don't have to get over it, but you have to learn that you're gonna come out of it on the other side a stronger person and a better person than those who are bullying you. They're gonna end up in a place that is exactly where they deserve in 10 years from now. Trust me, I'm seeing it right now. So yeah, I guess that's my full message. I'm sorry if it's rambly, and I'm sorry if it's shaky because I'm holding my phone while I'm driving, but I was not going to allow myself any more excuses. I was not going to put this off one more day. I am just going to put this up. I'm barely going to edit it. I apologize, because in my perfectionist side, I am about to hit train tracks that are going to make this car go fly, and it's going to be really bumpy. Speaking of bumpy videos, I'm sorry. Was that not that bad? Okay, yeah, so I'm not going to edit it, really, because if I go into editing, the perfectionist OCD side of my brain will literally make it take me another 2 months to put it up, because it would be like, well, the color looks weird, and ew, I look disgusting, and oh God, why is my hair like that? Or it's too shaky, I can't get it. Everything, just everything you can think of, I will pick apart and criticize. But what the fuck am I gonna really, it's a phone video of me rambling. So, yeah. And it's also 20 minutes and 50 seconds long, so I might cut a little bit, but okay. I feel really okay with just this being my video right now. And I want you to send this to people that you think could benefit from this channel, because as of right now, I'm not going to try to do travel-y type things, even though it would be fun, and I was just going to do kind of rides in the cart, basically like this, but giving advice and showing you guys locations that are really cool and how to do it cheap, because it's really hard to travel right now because everything is so expensive. But yeah, I'll get into that part of it when I'm able to, but right now I guess it's just going to be this type of a vlog where, not really teach, but kind of just talk at you and tell you that it's not going to be bad forever and that there are things to live for. And I mean, right now I could be laying in bed depressed, wanting to die, because let's face it, I kind of am dying. But no, I'm not dying because I'm alive, and I can do something about it for right now. Until I'm actually dead and I can't do anything about it, I can do something about it. And I can fight, and I can plan trips, and I can be happy. And that's amazing to me. And I want people to know that. So if you have friends who are depressed, you have friends who are sick, you have friends who don't like themselves for whatever reason, friends who are being bullied, friends who, anything in the world that has brought them down, or they don't feel the absolute best about themselves, or don't feel like they can do anything, or don't feel like they have a passion, send them to this channel. Subscribe yourself. I promise they won't all be this horribly rambly, but I promise I can help. I promise I can help. I've helped so many people, and so that is a promise I can give, and that's what I want to do more than anything in the world. So yeah, if you actually listened to all of this, I love you very much for that. I will try not to say as much, and I hope you subscribe so that you can stick this out with me, and I don't have to go through it alone, and I can have people to talk to and talk through each other's issues, because Lord knows I need to do some talking as well. So yeah, bye for right now. I'm almost to my doctor, but yeah, I will see you next week. I will post another video next Monday. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Bye.